carry on to kick this one away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage? Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Danny. He's coming. We got double up.
And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Don't let him breathe. Play that Johnny D. Don't let him breathe, defense. Hey, check Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Check 37. Check.
This time, Jackson will throw it. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
That's good for Baltimore. First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Let's put that team on the box.
They go play action now. Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth.
It's fourth down.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Check 50, check 50.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Come up the ball. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. 58 to Mike, 58. 59. 55. Slam. That's the way.
Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. The 40. The 20. 10. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a handoff looking right. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Tackle made by Tyus Bowser.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run once more with Henderson. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Let's go. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Bang, 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 bang.
He may try and run for this. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. And now he'll tuck it and run. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now they try the right side here. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Texans push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
That's it, baby. We go first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Second down, it's Henderson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a third down and very long. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Texans on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And to give this time to the tailback. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Hoping for a 4th down stop. Instead, they flinch and move the chains.
Flinch, jump, not watching the ball. All the sins that you're not supposed to commit, they come into play there.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Watson. Forced out to his left. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, fourth quarter.
Check nine, check nine.
They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
They'll go back to Henderson on 1st down. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the out, watch the out.
From the gun, Jackson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they get a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
20, 56. They can't hang with us. Check, check. I see the man.
Out of the gun, Watson. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
At the Texans' 27-yard line.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Down to the 25. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
You got tight. You got tight right there. No, I got it.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. And 58 is the mic. Go 50. Let's go, D. We got to step it up.
Throwing now, Watson. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The former first-round pick, Marlon Humphrey, there to get a hand on it.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Watson. Looking deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Watson now. From the gun, he'll throw. That's complete right around the 8. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
58 for Mike, 58. 58 for Mike. Man, I got you. 58.
Watson looks to throw again. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. On 4th down, Watson. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That's it, baby.
Incomplete in the end zone. Brings up second and goal from the 4-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal.
Watch 20, watch 25, 24.
And Watson's going to throw it here. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. Again, it's Watson. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. One last shot for Jackson. They'll roll him out right. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this. Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really